Hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of Strange Origins Podcast. I just remembered we don't know the episode number. It's 75, I think. I think it's 75. We'll find out a bit.
Yeah. Actually, no, give me a second.
Oh, fucking guy. Trying to record a podcast. And there he is. The crossover we've all wanted.
We're here now.
There's our big surprise. That's what we were talking about last podcast. There it is. Look at him get back. I was saying that's what we were talking about last podcast. That's the big surprise. We are now roomies.
Fucking hell. It's been a while.
Who'd have thought it?
It's like we've wanted to be roommates before.
True.
Then,
I mean, we did it briefly in Amsterdam.
Yeah, that was a kind of a testing ground.
You were more like Stefan's roommate, like because you were in the same room.
Yeah, but I don't know. I mean, as I said, we've always wanted to do it.
Yeah, definitely.
I think one by one, we just kind of got into relationships.
Exactly. Yeah. So it kind of all just, I don't know, fitted out. You know, I don't know. That's like usually what people talk about when they're younger. But
yeah.
But how are you finding London? It's your your third day or something?
Yeah, third day. Yeah. I like it because again in the area.
Yeah.
In this area, there's a lot of the supermarket's just closed, which is great.
We're waiting for that mega Lidl's that's gonna open up.
Yeah, I know, right? And then, I don't know. There's a lot of things around me.
Yeah.
That would normally take me like an hour of travel to get to.
Yeah.
But the one complaint I have though.
Yep, here it comes. Go on.
Is not even one, two actually.
Oh
one,
shit.
It's bad people. There's so much fucking people that I'm used to. And I'm just like, leave me alone.
What you mean, like outside or?
Yeah, it's just too many. Because we went shopping as well, and I was like, fucking hell.
Yeah.
There's too many of you guys. Like, fuck off.
There's a lot of people.
And secondly, there is so much siren.
Yep, that's the one I thought you were gonna say.
Like, I feel like there's like a person getting stabbed every 15 minutes or something, or someone getting robbed or whatever. And
yeah.
Am I gonna be one of these victims?
Dude, wait until you get your first scar just underneath it. No, like legit, like that was one thing I had to get used to as a kid. Like I had to get used to the constant sirens because obviously we live like kind of like near a main road. I mean, we got double glazing now, but dude, when we didn't have double glazing, that was hard. The sirens were mega loud, man, like all the time. But
yeah, no, it's just that's the only complaint I have. But other than that,
it's good, right?
It's good. I like it.
Went to see Doctor Strange like yesterday as well, so we were like out and about. You got to see the surrounding areas a bit more.
The posh area.
Yeah, we were like, oh, I'd love to live here. I'm like, mate, you got $500,000 like just to spend on a fucking deposit.
Yeah. I was saying that. I was thinking, no, this is actually like a nice place, like Wimbledon or something. And then you guys tell me, yeah, this is like.
Yeah. No. Why don't you say your exact words? Fuck living at your place. I want to live here.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Dickhead. And I'm like, yeah, if you got a cool $500,000 for like the deposit only, like,
yeah.
I showed, so like there's somewhere like kind of like areas like near Wimbledon, but like if you go further up, there's a place called Wimbledon Village, and like there they have like pedestrian buttons but specifically made for people that are on horseback. Madness. So like that's the difference in class, like.
And I was just like, why do they need it?
Because like, they can't dismount from their horse, so they have to press it. It's nuts, man.
It's like butler.
Yeah.
Dismount,
Peasant, press the button. But yeah, no, I mean, I'm like super glad to have you here. Like, obviously, it's been a while. You know, you didn't usually come down to London. That was our only like separation, I guess, because we used to talk every day anyway online, but we never actually got to see each other.
Again, like travel and just like to London is a bit of a fucking pet peeve in a way because it's just like
it is a lot better, but in some ways it's a lot worse.
Things. Yeah,
there's a lot of new routes you're gonna have to learn.
Yeah, and there's just too many things. Like, and it's just like, ugh.
You need to download the City Mapper app, like find your way around.
Oh,
I'm not gonna lie though, like I'm still because we played a couple of games like today.
Yeah.
And it's still hard like for me. Like, because you're talking to me and I'm like, he's literally just there. Like, it's weird. Like, I keep thinking you're not So when you're like, oh, hold on a sec, and you mute your mic, and I'm like, he hasn't gone to get anything, like, because he's here.
Yeah, hey, I got my own business.
That's what I mean. That's why I'm like, because in my head you were always going to get something when you muted or something.
Yeah.
But obviously now I know you're not. I'm just like, huh? Like, I'm just so confused. Like, it's honestly confusing.
Just busted it though. What the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, it's like, why are you making me wait? But yeah, no, it's fun. Like, it's kind of cool. Everyone's happy you're here as well. Like, you know,
thanks.
we're gonna hopefully, go jogging or something.
Shoot myself in the head.
Fucking, please, as I said, don't do it in my house because it would devalue the house.
Don't worry. I'll do the front step application.
No. Just do it with my neighbors if you want. Like,
No. It's good. I like it. I'm like, this is actually the first time I'm moving out properly now.
yeah, that's true.
Because before I used to like be with my ex.
Yeah,
But now I'm actually just living freely in London.
it's weird, man.
So it's just like, what the fuck is going on with this camera? I think it's just the light.
I think it is. Your light is changing constantly. Like just
Yeah.
before we recorded the podcast, like his camera just turned blue. Like everything is blue, and I don't understand it. But
And I feel like I feel a bit more chubby in this camera. I don't know why. My face is a bit bigger, which is kind of annoying me.
I think you're the same.
I'm fat!
You're just brighter. I think you're just brighter in this.
Nah, I think it's the background. It's too bright in here. It's just like darkness.
There's a lot. I did say you look kind of small because there's so much wall space behind you.
Yeah.
But no.
I think the old house is just like, it used to be like, the wall's just dead behind me.
Yeah. It was quite cramped, like in your other one. But
now it's more spacious.
you're gonna start putting stuff up in the wall.
Oh, hopefully, but not now.
Yeah.
Hopefully, I'm gonna get my 2 weeks off.
Yeah.
So yeah, it'll be great.
Customization.
Yeah.
It's weird seeing that door closed, by the way. Because, like, so that door, so where you are, that door was always open.
Oh.
Because obviously no one's in there, right? So now it's just closed. I'm like, huh? Like, it feels really weird when I come out of the room.
Knocks on the door. What the fuck is in my house?
Get the fuck out. But yeah, no, it's fun.
Yeah, no, it's great. Also, like we managed to, like you said, Doctor Strange yesterday.
Yeah, it was good.
Man, what mind trip!
It's really like we recommend it to people. I think.
What a fucking mind trip! And like, don't expect. I'm not gonna spoil it, but don't expect anything like sort of.
Just don't expect too much, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Everyone thinks this is gonna be like the next sort of like Avengers film, but like.
Yeah, just tone it down.
Yeah, yeah. I wouldn't say I'm disappointed. I'm definitely not disappointed.
Yeah.
But like, I think people were expecting some madness to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you're
And then a lot of people was like disappointed as well.
Yeah, I think that's why people were expecting so much that eventually they're just gonna get disappointed. It's just stupid. You can't expect everything from what, a 2.5 hour film.
Exactly.
But again, I enjoyed it.
I liked it, but it's just that there's a few things I didn't like though, which is like, I mean, we pretty much discussed it.
Yeah.
A bit of like the audio tweakness, I guess.
Yeah, because so we didn't like. If you are gonna go and see it, I definitely 100% recommend to watch it in IMAX.
Yeah.
Because we didn't see it in IMAX, and there was some like things we couldn't hear. Like we couldn't hear certain words, like people were whispering to each other or something. Like all of us, and I found out at the end that all of us didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
But we have a friend like Ishak. He went to go and see it, but he went to see it in IMAX, and he heard everything perfectly. So there's definitely a difference in audio level with the Snake.
Because we were like, huh? And then only when they did the action.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh, right, cool. They were like, do this. And then it was just like, I was like, what the fuck?
I also had like this annoying couple next to me. Like, and one, they were talking, like, they didn't talk throughout the whole film, but she wanted to talk. Like, basically, like, she wanted to talk more about it, and he was like, shut up. Like, basically, because he was like, I want to hear what's going on.
Yeah.
Right? But she would talk, like, at the weirdest moments. And it wasn't enough to put me off. But it was just like, can you just shut up for a second? Like,
I feel kind of bad, though, because, like, if I hear things like that, right? Because, like, I feel like she's not interested, but he is really invested.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So she's trying to ask like as much questions, but she's like asking in the wrong time.
Yeah, like some of the stuff she was asking, like there was one point something happened in the film, and she was like, "Well, that's unrealistic. That doesn't make sense." And I'm like, "You're watching a film about fucking mages and wizards and stuff. Like, what did you think was gonna happen?"
Yeah, exactly.
Like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I was like, you need to have a certain element of suspension of disbelief. Like, you know,
Yeah.
where you got to just assume that these things are gonna happen.
Yeah.
But yeah, no,
Especially,
she was just
especially from the
annoying.
trailer as well. So I was
Yeah,
like,
she was just like annoying. I was just like, God damn it! Like, why do I have to sit there?
no, for me, it was like the people that was just for some reason people. It's just me, but I get annoyed when people just like open.
Oh, but yeah, yeah.
I kept hearing it. I was like, please
There
have
was,
mercy.
dude. There was one point where she did that. By the way, she
Yeah.
had some stanky food. I don't know what she had, but she brought in her own food,
Oh shit.
and I was like, this stinks. Like whatever you've got, like get better one. And she started rustling something to my left, and someone started rustling something to my front, and I was like, can you guys fucking stop eating, stuffing your face for 1 second? Like I'm trying to hear the fucking film. It's one of the reasons why, like, I don't know, cinemas are like, sometimes they can be really shit,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. It can be like a annoying experience, but
It depends on who or when you're seeing it. Like, because most of the time, if you wait a week, seeing a film after a week, it's been out. Like, there's no one in there.
yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And it's
But
great to see. But I mean, we were going on a Friday night,
on the busy, yeah.
so
I mean, I think we had to see it though because it's just the amount of spoilers of just like we see on fucking on everywhere. It was just getting a bit too much.
oh yeah,
At first,
like oh,
like
mine.
don't take
I got spoiled. So obviously, like for anyone who doesn't know about Doctor Strange and stuff, it's like one of the biggest films that are coming out this year for Marvel fans, right?
Yeah.
And everyone, I don't know if anyone knows, but people who watch the podcast know that I do not watch trailers because I hate them and they spoil everything. So I avoid it like the plague, and I avoid everything like the plague. I knew nothing about this film, and then I told my manager at work that I'm going to see this film, and he literally proceeds to tell me like 4 or 5 different things that are confirmed in the film already that I did not know. I had no idea, and I just stood there like, thank you. And he's my manager, so I can't really be like, fucking, what are you doing? Like, twat. Like, but yeah, I legit, like, I basically got like a lot of things revealed to me right about 5 hours before I went to see the film.
Yeah.
Really
which
sad.
kind of sucks because like the whole experience is just fucking rude.
Yeah, at least it wasn't like a long time ago, and I wasn't thinking about it for a long time. But when things came up in the show, I was like, yep, I knew that.
Yeah. I think for me, like I saw someone talk about like I was like in disbelief.
Yeah.
So I was just like completely ignored it. But then when they finally like then I was like, oh right. I was like excited for like a second, and I was like, oh.
Yeah.
He just recalled back the memory, and I was like, fuck's sakes. But,
there was something I wanted to talk about that's not related to Doctor Strange, but it was when you were moving, right? I just wanted to mention this because I thought it was hilarious when it happened. So like, Rod obviously hired like a moving van to like come down here.
yeah.
And like, you know, I'm getting all prepared because obviously we got moving stuff. For some reason, my like dad decided to start doing work on the house at the same time you came.
Yeah.
But anyway, like, so we're putting all of like Rod's stuff outside the house at the moment because we can't take it in yet. And like the poor guy of the moving van, like I feel sorry for him. Opens the door to the moving van, pulls the blanket underneath, and Rod's TV just goes smack, like right on the front.
He just like boink.
And he was like, "I'm so sorry." Like, he's like, "Please test it now, just to find out." But Rod, I don't think Rod cared. So
No, I care, but I was like, I think it's alright. It has been through worse. That's the thing.
it's just the way it went, bam, like right on his
And
front.
then they were just like, like plug it in and test it. I'm like, no, it's alright. If anything happens, I'll just report it. And he was like, okay. And I was like, oh shit.
He's probably like happy because nothing's been reported.
Yeah, I actually gave him a 5-star because it was.
They were nice. They seemed nice.
Yeah, they're cool. I was able to like ride with them the whole way.
Yeah, and you weren't allowed to do that with the one that you were using before, right?
Yeah, the one that originally wanted, they weren't allowed because of like. So basically, if they get into like an accident,
Yeah.
and I don't know something bad happens, they're like liable for me basically.
I think that's so stupid. Like,
Yeah.
just get them to sign the liability waiver at the beginning if you're really that concerned about it.
Mm.
Like,
But I guess they don't want to go through the hassle.
I know, but like think about it. Like, how many, the amount of people I know that would ride with the moving van.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Instead of like getting another car.
Yeah.
You know,
Or like
more,
get a taxi there or a cab there.
yeah, like more money wasted or more pollution and shit. Like, just fucking, just let them come down in the van. Like, it doesn't matter.
Exactly. But no, these guys were cool.
Yeah, they seem
it
nice.
was a bit awkward because they were listening to music and I was just like, Like
What-
they
did
were like
they?
proper popping at it, and I was just like,
Did they try and make conversation or?
no, not really. They were just in silent. One guy's on his iPod like bopping to the music. One guy's just like bopping and
Wait, really?
driving.
They were just driving in silence the whole time.
Yeah,
Damn.
I think it's because like I don't know. Me being there made it awkward. But I think they kind of spoke like to each other and stuff. But like
That-
I think me just being there was just like
I reckon that's the real reason. They don't let people ride in the front. Mad awkward, man. I would not want to do that either.
You're doing a job. Like,
Yeah, but I don't want to talk to people.
Yeah, but we don't have to. That's a good thing about
The reason
it.
I do a
It's
moving van job is to not talk to people. I don't want to be talking to you in the front seat. Get out
Well,
of
the
here,
good thing
man.
is, I'm not very talkative when it comes to that. I get anxious. I get like I'm afraid to like ask the wrong things. So I just like,
Yeah.
and I start like babbling and just like talking like high and then low pitched and low, and then to the point where like they don't even they're like, huh? I'm like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah, I don't, man. Like, I had to learn to talk to people. Like, it's definitely a trait you have to learn. But
Yeah.
I had to learn to talk to people for my work and stuff. Like, because if you don't make conversation, you're just kind of like a robot. Also to entertain myself, like at my work, I mean, like if I'm just going yes, okay, like that's fine, like it's boring.
Yeah.
So I'll just start chatting shit.
Okay.
It's great.
Now for me, it's like I didn't have to learn it, but because of just the people. I used to work in like Aldi.
Yeah.
Because you know how like some people like they just want to get out and just
Yeah.
go to work. But there's always like those like sort of like
The talkative ones.
old couples or something.
Yeah.
They just chat to you like even though you're having like a fucking shitty day. And I'm like, that's cool, that's fine. And I learned it through that way, but then I still had like sort of like anxiety. I still had like sort of anxiety because of like in case I say the wrong thing.
Right. Yeah. Yeah.
Because like I have like a pretty like darkish humor.
Yeah.
And it's just, like if I say something like I feel like it could be like I want to report you to your manager. Like, you know, so like
I get what you mean. I started to like get out of that habit of like worrying if I did or said the wrong thing.
Yeah.
Like I just started to get out of the habit because, like, what is the worst that could happen? They just think you're a fucking weirdo most of the time, and they just move on. But you know what I mean? Like, and you're not gonna say something like that. Like, do you know what I mean? The worst you would say is like, I don't know. You would say something like, I don't know, like misinterpret the situation, maybe.
Yeah.
And you would say
or,
something
like,
wrong like that.
Yeah.
And the worst thing they do is just go, oh, that was fucking weird, and they move on with their life.
Yeah, but I think about it. I'm just like, man, I could have said something different, like
Yeah.
Like, and it starts like just fucking rambling in
But
my head.
it definitely doesn't keep me up at night. I got nothing to worry about than that. Like,
Oh yeah, for me, like no.
that's what I mean. So the worst that can happen is nothing really.
I do still get like anxiety when it comes to public thing.
Yeah, I mean I do as well.
It's just fucking. It's just people.
There's a lot of people in London, and I think you're gonna have to get used to that.
I
Like,
hate.
yeah, like especially traveling like on the tube when you go to work,
Oh god.
you might have to get used to that.
Fucking nightmare.
You just be like that.
It's just,
Like, get away from me.
because I have this thing. I don't know if you've noticed it. I tend to like. How to explain? It? Basically, when I go out, right, I'm very aware.
Yeah,
But if I hear something, I like turn. I'm like a dog, basically.
yeah,
And I'm just like constantly turning and shit. I don't
yeah,
sit still
yeah,
because I'm like I get too like nervous.
yeah. I've seen that.
And it's just like, and it's bad because I don't know. It doesn't really create anything. But I'm just like, people look at me like I'm a fucking weirdo or something.
Tweaker.
I'm just like
Yeah.
Like I'm always like turning around and like.
I think that will eventually go though, like because there's.
No, I've always had it. I've always.
Well, I'm just wondering, like, it might eventually go because when you're living in London, because there's too many things to look at. You're gonna get yourself dizzy, man.
Yeah.
You're just gonna be like, what?
And just fucking
And
pass out.
yeah, and I think eventually you're just gonna learn to like kind of like do it as little as possible.
Yeah.
Because I mean, where you lived before wasn't exactly busy.
It was on certain days, like market days or something, when I'd go out, and I would still that was like it was fucking bad because it's just people, and then people would look at you like you're tweaking or something, like
Yeah.
you're drugs.
That's what I mean. Like specifically, I think like, I mean, your place wasn't busy, right? Because if it's busy only on market days or anything like that, then yeah. But this place is busy all the time. Like there's always constantly people walking out. Like when I don't see a car on the street, or I see it like, if I don't see a car on the street for 2 seconds, I go, huh, that's fucking weird. Like honestly, like yeah. Like when we walk down the street sometimes, like if I don't see a car, I'm like, oh shit, like you see how quiet it is? Like, or Christmas Day usually is when it happens the most because no one's out.
Yeah.
So no cars will be going past, and I'm just like, it's so quiet here. Like it's weird.
See that I'm kind of like.
Well, you're the opposite.
Yeah, I'm the opposite because like, it's always quiet in my area. And
I hate quiet.
Like, I get what you mean. When it's too quiet, it's too suspicious.
Because like I don't mind nature sounds and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because like obviously where I work is like a massive nature reserve anyway. Yeah. But like, when it's just dead silence, I don't like that. Like, and that's what happens when no cars go past.
Yeah.
Because I don't live in a forest, so.
No, but for me, it's always like the quietness for me because I feel like if it's too much, you can't like think or do something properly. Like I always get like
weak mind.
I was like, fuck, there's too many things happening. It's like, you know, when you're in the fucking car, right? Even though I don't drive, it's like you'll be in the car and then the music's loud or the radio's loud, right? And you try to look for something. And for some reason, you turning it down. Makes you help. Well, it helps you.
I swear it's called something like. Isn't it called like you get like sensory overload? Like if you get too many, I get that sometimes. I do get it sometimes where too many things are happening. And I need to like leave the room or something because I'm like, my brain's getting overstimulated, right? But on the other hand, I used to fucking read a book on a bus, which is noisy, with my headphones in with like rock music playing. Yeah. Like, and I used to read the book. And that is because everything, like all the noise kind of like made it quiet for me, which is weird. Silence the voices in my head. No, I'm kidding.
Cut my life.
But you know what I mean? Like I most people I told that to were like, you fucking listen to music while you read? That's insane. Because it doesn't, it's really hard to do.
It depends though. Like for you, I think it's weird because it's a rock music. Not so much like.
Yeah, it wasn't. I wasn't listening to like classical music. I could listen to rap as well while I'm doing it, and I'm just like.
No, that's what I'm saying. So it's like it's a lot of like sort of there's
words.
Yeah. Right. Me, I can only read books, either in a quiet space or if I'm just like if it's just like a chilled lo-fi, like, even like a rain. Rain noise. I can do that, but then I can't because I'll just have like. Like when I'm reading, I just like inputting like the fucking rap words. I'm like, what the fuck am I rapping?
I think I don't know. I think the reason I learned to do it as well is one, to cut out the conversations around me. So like on a bus, I don't know if you've ever been on a London bus for like a long time, but like sometimes you hear things about people's lives that are fucking interesting as fuck. Like like you hear them like, and they're like, oh yeah, and then he cheated and he did that. I'm like, I just put the book down. I'm like. Well, what happened next? like, tell me. It's way more interesting this book.
That's why I get like I'm like a dog. Like, I hate things. I'm like.
Yeah, see, I do that, but without looking. I can't make it too bait. I'm just like.
I make it too honest. I'm like. I fully like swivel like, what's up?
Dude, some of the things like. That's why I don't like getting my phone out on a bus, like and looking through stuff, because I know there's always someone looking over my shoulder because I do it. like that's what I mean. Like sometimes I could see there was someone texting like their boyfriend or something, talking about like, well, if you didn't fucking do this, then I wouldn't have done this, and I'm like, oh damn.
And the guy just sends like a K or something. Yeah. Oh, you are finished, my friend.
But you can't help it. It's just curiosity. I'm like quite a curious person. So when it comes to that sort of stuff, I'm just like, I try to look away out of privacy and stuff. But at the same time, you've got your phone out in a public space. Yeah. Like this.
See, I don't know if that invites curiosity or if I'm just attracted to like noises, or just
gossip.
I'm just like. I mean, I am Filipino. Right? Yeah. It is in my DNA to just gossip the shit out, or just when I hear something, you know.
He's like, yo, oh shit, really? Go on to tell more.
Have like a little wine session with them.
Spill the tea.
But yeah, no, it's like I don't know if it's just I don't know.
I think it's curiosity. I think it is that as well. Like I don't know. I just find like a lot of people interesting. Like it's a lot of people's lives are interesting and shit. So it's And I think that you ever get that part where you like retrospectively like you kind of like I don't know, you think all the stuff that I've done in my life.
Yeah.
Yet there's like 8 billion people in the world. They must have done so much shit as well.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So you kind of realize how like not small you are, but like in that kind of
insignificant.
Yeah, but not in that way. Like not so like pessimistic, but more like
Yeah.
It means that so many other people have experienced so much shit, which is kind of a good thing. You're not alone, in a weird way.
For me, I see it as a bad thing. Like in a sense of like, man, these guys are like, I don't know, my age, and then they have like fucking houses, they're married, and then like I was so much sort of like envious in a sense, and I compare myself quite a lot, especially when I see like friends now who get married or who have like houses, but then I also see other friends who are like they've never had been in a relationship, they're still living at home, they're just living and enjoying life, but then I always compare myself to those people who have like achieved.
Like you should, I mean, I was kind of watching a video about that recently. Like, some YouTuber was talking about how he had left YouTube for like 5 months and he's come back, and he was saying like that's one of the things he kept doing was comparing himself to other people, and he said in this society it's so easy to compare yourself to others. Yeah. But the reason you shouldn't is because like how amazing you are at what you are doing in your life compared to other people. Like you like to compare yourself with the successful ones, but not the bad ones. Yeah. So like the majority of the ones that you compare yourself to, like, are good, but they're the smallest percentage. There's so many people out there that are doing like worse than you. But we all try to compare ourselves to these Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk people. Like, oh, why do we not have this, that, and the other? No, I'm just saying. That's an extreme example. But I'm just saying, like, comparing yourself to other people isn't going to change the fact that you're still you. You know? Shit, you're going to hear that now. Here's the first siren.
Here we go. The first stabbing of the evening. There we go.
Straight down there. Go. Keep going. All the way to Croydon.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah, nah.
No. It's just like, I think for me, it's just like, I know I shouldn't be doing it, but it's just like a force of like habit.
Yeah, there's no one that can tell you that you shouldn't be doing it. Like, I'm not telling you shouldn't be doing it. But, like, I'm just saying, like, comparing yourself to other people will only get you so far. And if it doesn't inspire confidence in yourself to do better because you're comparing yourself, then what's the point of it? True. You know? It's like what I always hear that saying of, like, if you worry about a problem, you've now created 2 problems. You know? That's like one of my favorite sayings because it's very, very true. Like, I'm going to grow a massive white beard in a minute.
Yes, come to me, my
yes, wisdom.
Jack of wisdom.
Come back next time for another wise word. But I do like that saying a lot because it means a lot to me. Like, I'm a very level-headed man when it comes to like problem solving and stuff like that. Like, and when something's happened and there's a problem, I just try and sort it out quickly and without worrying about it. Yeah. When it comes to me and my own health, I worry all the fucking time. Oh yeah. But when it comes to other people and their health and other problems and problems at work and stuff, I'm very logical. But when it comes to me, I'm just a worrying piece of shit. Yeah. Yeah. It's hard to do it when it's yourself.
Yeah. I think because it's like it's you.
Yeah.
Because in a way, you know what you want, but at the same time, like, you don't really know. Like,
it's hard. Like I'll get a headache and I'm like, that's it, I'm dead. like my time has come. I'm just lying in bed with a headache. I'm like, that's it. I'm not gonna wake up. It's done.
Yeah, it's like start planning out your will.
Yeah. You get like an itch in your arm. You're like, all right, heart attack. That's it.
The skin cancer. I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's literally what happens as well for me. Like, and I worry a lot about that sort of stuff because there's something you can't control. Which is why I probably worry about it.
Funny you say that, right? I think I'm kind of like the opposite.
Yeah. Because
I don't really care about myself. I put everyone else around me first.
Oh no, yeah, no, 100%. Like I worry about myself, but I don't do anything about it. Yeah. Yeah. Like if somebody else got injured around me, I usually to the point of like my own detriment, I'll help them. Yeah. And I think you're the same in that regard. Like, I've you know, I've gone out on a limb many times before, like, and hurt myself a lot more to try and help other people.
See.
And it's just something I everyone always tells me not to do, but I don't want to change that.
Yeah, it's like you.
Yeah, 100%.
It makes you, and
my mum always used to tell me, like, because I had a lot of friends who took advantage of me, like in my friendship, and she was just saying, you're too trusting, like you trust people too much. And I said, well, it's not so much trusting people too much, it's that I've got no reason to not trust them.
Yeah, and if you get hurt, you get hurt. Like you always find a friend.
Yeah, if you get hurt, you can always bounce back. It's not a problem.
Yeah, I mean, pain, Jack.
You're on your own.
Emotional.
No, but anyway, that is the end of our podcast. That's very quick.
Ask how you're 7.
I don't want you to ask. Now, next week you can ask me how was my 14. But this was our collab episode.
Yeah.
But hopefully to more. He's not going to be allowed in my room anymore. That's it. I'll go to your room next time.
I need to fix the lighting in here.
I think it looks right. It looks quite nice and bright and chipper.
That's it.
Yeah. You watch the video when it goes out. You'll see.
Add that extra fucking thing in it.
I think it looks good. But let us know if you liked the episode, and welcome Rod into the household.
You have seen my boudoir in the background.
Welcome him, guys, in the comments. Strange Origins podcast, like house. Twitch streaming house.
Stream house, yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, and we'll see you guys next week. Peace.